This podcast is sponsored by Intentional Living magazine, your ultimate guide created to help infuse purpose and passion into your everyday life. From expert features that provide valuable insights to thought-provoking content that sparks transformation, this magazine, an online platform, is a perfect source of inspiration for all of those of us who truly believe in the power of intentional choices.
In this episode, we are clarifying what it is we actually do and bringing business strategy to the table, aren't we, Claire?
We are. So enjoy this one. It is, can we just let you know?
We're business strategists.
Business strategists. Hi. We're going to talk today on this episode about business. It can sound quite boring if we just say can we just talk about business? But we feel the need after a week of feedback that people don't see us as business strategists. Our title for this week is Life and Business Strategist, because we help people with their life and individually making sure that they're holistically in that right place and the energy and the mindset is right for then the business strategy to work. The business side is the easy part, is what we always say. It's because we've got that experience. We know about business. We've got 50 years of business experience between us.
And I think that's the challenge, because we say the business strategy is the easy bit. And actually, it is to us.
Yeah, might not be to others.
But we're not majoring. Is 11:11 the angels with us? Just saying.
Go and take a photo.
So no, absolutely. I get what you're saying. So business performance starts with your performance. So Life and Business Strategist kind of was meant to encompass everything, because your business includes your life, or your work is usually included within your life. Your life is what your body goes through, your body and soul goes through. And we, between us, have, God, how many? 50 years?
Yeah. Well, 30 for you, 20 for me. 29 for you, 21 for me.
Hang on, how about 54 this year? 54? You wouldn't think it, would you?
You really
Honest
wouldn't.
to God, you wouldn't. Seriously, it's that collagen. So 30 odd years in business, and my past business experience, I have been ops director, I have been sales and marketing director, I've been a managing director, I have been a product developer. I've done all of the roles, and I've been a strategic director. So when we say the business side is the easy bit, that's because it kind of runs through us.
Yeah, it's part of our
who we are.
Yeah, because we've done it for so long. Obviously, it's not who we are, but it's a skill that we've got.
A belter of a skill.
Because obviously, learning the ups and downs of business and the failures in business, like more failures than obviously wins, because that's what it's about, isn't it? Taking those risks, and then you learn from those risks to then make the business into a better service, product, idea, whatever it is. So yeah, when we say the business part is the easy part, it's because you can do business strategy and planning all day and really help a client. But if their mindset or their life is not in the right place and their energy's not in the right place, then that won't get executed, will it? So
no, it won't.
That's why we say, well, we can do the business, but let's do you, and what do you want, and what's your passion, and what's your purpose, and is the business that you want to create the one that you want to create, or you're just doing it because you've always done it and you think that's what you should do. So we like to then tap into, who are you? How are you? What lifestyle are you living? And let's find something that you want to work towards, so that they've then got the confidence and the passion and the energy to work towards it, so that it is a success, or it comes a little bit easier than them trying to push through.
Well, it's aligned, right?
So it's aligned, yeah. And then again, when we say that word aligned, people go, oh, alignment, and what does that even mean? So
do they say it like that?
Some people do. And then other people, like Lauren, who's in the studio now, is just like, oh my God, I so get alignment. So some people so get it. But some people are like, oh, well, what does that even mean? So in the
corporate world, it's just about using different words. So we are high performance coaching. High performance coaches is we could be called next week.
Oh, we've already had that title.
Have we?
Yeah.
We could have that again. So high performance coaches. So we go in and work with business execs on their high performance. And guess what? We start with them.
Yes.
Because if you're not firing on all cylinders, neither is your life or your business. So yeah. So that's what we do. And performance improves by the work that we do, but we just do things very differently to other coaches.
Business strategists and coaches.
Business strategists, yeah.
And when we typically go in, a lot of people as well don't class themselves as high performers, do they? So sometimes I think with the title, what I tested with that was people are like, oh, I'm not a high performer, so I don't think I would work with you. And it's like, well, people see high performers as like top athletes or,
That's me.
actors winning Oscars.
That's me.
Yeah, it's
Did a chunky dunk
absolutely you.
yesterday.
Yeah. But it's like, no, those high performers have a team of people to help them get to where they are. Yeah. They have coaches. They don't do it on their own. And by the way, a high performer is someone that wants to make the world a better place than what it was yesterday, in my eyes. Someone that wants to improve each day on something that they're passionate about. And whether that's being the best mum, whether that's being the best doctor, whether that's being the best hairdresser, whatever it is. Again, we're going back to labels. It's them showing up as their best self each and every day, and they're coming from a place of energy and an energetic love and passion. Yeah. And we get them to question that, don't we? Again, you were a high performer when you were in corporate. You even won a car. Get you winning a car, top salesperson there. As usual, you're so good at what you do.
But that was me, wasn't it? That was driven by belief.
Yeah, you got the car because you were going after all of the things. And
I was proving myself.
Yeah, you were proving yourself because
that was my
of the belief
system.
that you had, which came from childhood, which we've discussed on other podcasts, which is what we typically do. And what did that get you? Did you class yourself as a high performer, or did you? Someone said to you, so you were quite aware
at the time?
Of that?
The first year that I went into field sales, I'd just knocked it out of the park. I was bloody brilliant at it, and I won a car at the 6-month stage. I remember it was a Saab convertible. I hated it. I bloody hated that car. Honest to God. You had to put it in reverse to get the key out of the ignition. That was random. And when I was late one day, this is, I swear to God. So I went into the car park, full wheel lock to get into this space. Then I had to put it in reverse to get the key out, then was late for a meeting, ran out, put the key in the ignition, car then jumped back with the full wheel lock on and took the side of this vintage Merc next to me off. It was like that.
That is just a high-performing lifestyle.
And then I thought, right, I can't go in and tell her that I've done that, so I'll just drive out the car park, hit another car. That was one of my better days.
Well, that's when you're on. Obviously when you're on the treadmill of life then, and you were rushing from pillar to post. So again, high performance is great if you can get the result, but are you burning yourself out? Are you stressing yourself out to get there?
At that age, I didn't have kids, and had the energy for it.
You feel like you're invincible as well.
Yeah, I literally could take on the world. And that was fine. Mm-hmm. But then you get to that level of earning, and then your lifestyle fits with that earning. So you get the mortgage, and then actually you have to sustain that, right? You have to sustain that level of delivery. And actually, when you're always striving to be 100%, when actually 80% would probably do, 80% or even 50% is probably what most people I'll be working at, and you'd still deliver. Mm-hmm. But my belief system was completely at odds with that. Mm-hmm. So I just went for it. And then there's the pressure. Then comes the pressure, because when you're younger, you don't have all of that responsibility. Then the kids come, and then there's responsibility. And well, for me anyway. Mm-hmm. So I worked. So after that, I went and worked for myself. I did, again, business strategy. Mm-hmm. It's about providing a service or a product that people need, and being our own bosses. And we work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs will come to us with an idea of what they want to achieve in their business. And actually, over time, what we found is we either help them really perform to the best of their ability and with balance and well-being, or they completely change what they were doing.
Yeah. Like we did with one client the other day,
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah. So literally over the period of like 3.5, 4 months, because of the groundwork that we do, because of the digging, the deep work, the realization that she wasn't actually, she was doing a lot of shoulds.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, the word should goes into 101. So we've now changed that, and we've built the strategy to get this new vision up. And that includes...
which she feels more aligned to. The energy is there for that, because that's what she truly wants after we've done some of the deeper work. Yeah.
But then we give her, support her with the strategy, how to then create that, how to do the PR campaigns, how to do all of those things.
The technical processes.
All of it.
Yeah.
The business stuff.
Yeah.
But we can't get to that until we can get to that. We can go straight there, but actually what you're doing is potentially just costing yourself money, because in a few months' time, if you're true to yourself and you live in alignment, you'll be changing it.
Mm-hmm. And again, business strategy's there as a framework to be changed, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Because I know we've got ours and it does change.
Ours changes all the time.
But it's making sure that we're aligned to it, isn't it? And we learn, and it's the relationships of people that we can let go of, or new relationships coming in.
But that alignment piece is really, really important.
Yeah.
Because we're also conditioned to thinking if we've started something, then we must finish it. But actually, if you don't want to finish it because you've fallen out of love with it and it doesn't light you up anymore, then it's energetically correct to knock it on the head.
Mm-hmm. Or delegate it to someone that can finish it for you, or don't do
if it needs
at all.
Finishing.
Yeah.
So, and another one of our gorgeous ladies, she was berated by her dad growing up because she started loads of different things and never finished them. Now, her human design said she wasn't made to finish them. And actually that realization just made her cry, because she'd felt really bad
Like she'd felt
all her
like
life, that she'd failed.
Yeah.
And actually she hadn't. She was just living in her true alignment as a kid. And it's the same as that. So it's about understanding how to live in alignment, what that actually means. And so that life is easier.
Yeah. So going back, because this is about, we wanted to talk about business and how we support people in business. But the point that we wanted to make, only because this came from an event that I was at this week, and someone came over and went, "Oh, Claire, I've met you before. I've seen you talking." And when you used to meet people and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know who you are." And she was like, "No, I saw you talking at an event." And it was at an event 18 months ago. And I was talking about the space method. And so I got talking to her, amazing. Then someone else came over and we were having a conversation, and there was a few of us talking, and there was a business owner there, and she was talking about strategy and what she wanted for a business. And I'd been talking to her about some of the stuff that we've been doing, but I didn't go into the business stuff. And then she said, "Oh, I've got someone in to do my strategy." And then someone else suggested, "Oh, there's another woman who does business strategy." And I'm standing there going, hello, I'm here.
Hello.
And I know these people. But again, it's for us to do work on that, because we do that many things, and a lot of it is around that well-being. It's about the personal individual coaching, but then the business strategy then comes after that. And some people do come to us for the life stuff, but the business is part of it, isn't it? It's so.
And corporates.
That was what I said to you. I said, "Oh wow, I've just stood there with a couple of business owners who know me, or in my perception they know me, but then they see me as well-being."
Meditation teacher.
A meditation teacher. And it's like, it's a life and business strategist. And then that's like, well, how are we in communicating what we do?
It's difficult because, so what we could say is we're just us, and we help you get to where you need to go, both in life and business.
Yeah.
Without the label. But again, we're expected to have the labels, and we've done a whole podcast on this to help people put you in a box. But that box also helps engagement, I suppose. Yeah. Again, it's just about us talking about business more.
And then, but if you look at if we say we're holistic life and holistic coaches, then holistic means the whole of the scope of well-being, which is mental, emotional, physical, environmental, financial, career or business. It's all of the 8 pillars of well-being, isn't it? So we do encompass all of those things.
But the word holistic means all of those things.
But people see it as well-being.
As well-being. And holistic to me means the whole shooting match.
Yeah.
But it means something different. Maybe we call ourselves the whole shooting match. Life and Business Strategists. How do you feel about that?
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
It's, I don't know. But this is about, we are here to help you live your best life. And if business is part of that, which most people work, they've got a career or they're in business, then we will help you with that, because that's an element of your life. It's not the whole
performance.
It's performance, yeah. So then it goes back to, we're performance coaches or high performance coaches.
Business performance starts with your performance. We're talking ourselves into circles, aren't we?
Yeah, and then that our motto is business performance starts with your performance and your team's performance. So some of the clients that we're working with now understand that and go, right, okay, so let me work on my team, and for them to be understanding themselves and what their passions and purpose and working on their self-awareness, then we can tap into their gifts even more. So then we create more engagement. And then from that, the business performs better.
Amazingly better.
Rather than just going after the targets. It's the same with schools. Teachers going after targets. Nurture the children. Find out what the gifts are. Give them some love. Give them some feedback in a loving way. And the results would come. Or let's create a new environment for the results, for the kids to be nurtured.
It's a massive machine. Mm-hmm. The education system is a massive machine. But I talked about this yesterday while I was out on the walk, and there was so many of the ladies that were talking about taking the children out of school, and we've talked about this as well, and saying how education system needs to change. And one lady said, "Do you think it will change?" And you go, well, it's got to, but it's a huge machine. All we can do is our bit, and ultimately vote with your feet, right? And stay true to yourself and do what's right for you and your children, and not do what we're expected to do, because you do have choice. And again, another one of our hashtags, one life, 2 choices. Always 2 choices. You either do or you don't.
Yeah. Or more. There's more choices. They might be hard. But you've got choices. You don't have to be stuck. You can move.
Yeah.
What's that saying? You can move. You're not a tree.
That's dead profound, that. Oh, my God. I might have to have a lie down after that one. You're not a tree.
You can move. You're not a tree.
Yeah.
You can move.
Just make
even
the changes.
Trees wave in the wind. It's just that the roots are stuck to the ground.
If you don't like where you are, change it. Mm-hmm. There is a system. There's been a system for centuries and centuries and centuries.
That was created for the Industrial Revolution.
Yes.
And we're moving away from that now. So it needs to change. And it is changing.
And it is changing slowly but surely. So, so the business side of things for us starts with individuals and embracing individuality. And that also includes the team stuff. And we also work with corporates on a training point of view. But again, we don't choose to do one-off, one-hit wonders, because we are all about the transformation.
Partnership and transformation. Yeah, you can't, what you see and do is on the surface, isn't it? But it's what's driving those behaviours, values, beliefs, motivations, fears. We need to go deep, which is what we do. We go deep, baby.
Like the tree. We're going deep like the tree. Oh, Claire, it's time to have a lie down.
Right. So
hopefully,
if you want to do business with us, if you'd like us
we'll see you under a tree.
Business strategy, come and see us in the woods in Cheshire.
Yeah.
And let's get back to nature.
Yeah, who says an office has to be
exactly
indoors?
That's it. And a lot of forward-thinking businesses are starting to look into different environments. And and just going back to one more thing before we finish, I noticed yesterday when I was at this event, brilliant event, and they were talking about the regeneration of Knowsley, which is the borough where I live, and it's amazing because this is where I'm from, and it's doing really well, and there's a lot changing in the borough. But when they were talking about employment, and and then just calling people workers because it was a business environment. And in my head, I'm going, they're people, they're human beings, it was just all about
label.
Workers. And I'm conscious I'm saying that because I'm from Liverpool. Workers. But I was like, can we call them something else?
Humans.
Can we call them people? Because they're not just here to work, they're here to live.
Yeah,
and work is part of living. So part of me wanted to get me a little spiritual hat on and go, sorry, can we just call them human beings, please? But I was like, no, it's not the right environment.
Machine,
and obviously they don't know any different. They're seeing things from a business perspective.
Through their lens.
Through their lens. So I don't want to be one of those woke people who just go and say stuff for stuff's sake. I get it. I totally get it. So there, life and business strategists. If anybody would like to work with us, you know where to find us.
The whole shebang.
Or the whole shooting match.
All of it. In fact, message us and tell us what we should call ourselves this week. That would be nice.
I wouldn't even ask that.
Yeah, no. We might get loads of.
We might get abuse.
Like, now that we're TikTok sensations, we might get loads of abuse.
Yeah, you're going to be. You best remember me when you're famous. Remember, we're two. We're two, not one.
No,
we're together.
We're together.
So thank you for listening to this episode. All of the details are in the show notes. Love and light. I always forget to say that. Love and light from me.
And ta-ra from me.